A Labour MP has been suspended following allegations he racially ranted at a British Chinese journalist. Neil Doyle, MP for Bermondsey and Old Southwark, had the whip suspended over claims he made a string of insulting remarks to a journalist in a House of Commons bar. Henry Dyer, a political journalist for Insider, has said Mr Coyle joked about Fu Manchu and made disparaging remarks about his heritage during a conversation in Strangers' Bar at Parliament on February 1st. He is also alleged to have berated a Labour aide about Brexit in a foul-mouthed tirade at the same venue the previous evening and has been banned from the Commons bars for 6 months. Mr Coyle has been approached for comment and is expected to make a statement on the allegation. A Labour spokesman said, "The Labour Party expects the highest standards of behaviour from all our MPs and we take allegations of this sort very seriously." Accordingly, the Chief Whip has now suspended the Labour Whip from Neil Coyle pending an investigation. Mr Dyer, who is British Chinese, said he came into contact with Mr Coyle in Strangers' Bar on the evening of Tuesday, February 1st, after going for Chinese New Year dinner with his family. He accused the MP of making xenophobic remarks, which he said made him feel uncomfortable. Mr Dyer said that Mr Coyle came to speak to him and a group of other journalists on the Tuesday, and the conversation turned to fellow Labour MP Barry Gardner, after it emerged he had unwittingly received funding from a Chinese spy. Mr Coyle allegedly said Mr Gardner had been in the pay of Fu Manchu. Mr Dyer said the comment struck him at the time as not right given it had been well reported who had given Mr Gardner the money. He added, "There was no need to refer to a 20th century trope of a Chinese supervillain." In an account posted online, the journalist said that when he gently pushed back against the term, Mr Coyle suggested he was being oversensitive, before saying he would apologise if he had said something bad and it wasn't just me being sensitive, which I believe was insincere. He then said that he had relatives of Chinese descent. Mr Dyer told Mr Coyle he is of British Chinese heritage. Coyle responded that he could tell, from how you look like you've been giving renminbi, the Chinese currency, to Barry Gardner. Mr Dyer claimed he had also witnessed Mr Coyle angrily shouting at a Labour staffer in the bar the previous evening. In the January 31st incident, Mr Coyle was accused of yelling FKU at a Labour aide who insisted that Brexit had worked out fine for the UK. When a Tory MP tried to intervene to calm the row, Mr Coyle allegedly replied, "FK off and lose some weight." The row occurred on the first day of the reopening of Strangers', Westminster's famous Thameside watering hole, for MPs and staffers since being closed due to COVID-19. Witnesses said the MP began shouting after the aide, who works for another Labour MP, suggested that Brexit had not been a disaster for Britain. The aide is said to have added that Labour could have been spared its disastrous 2019 general election if only it had taken a different position on Brexit. Mr Coyle then allegedly shouted, "FKU. What are the benefits of Brexit?" He was also said to have yelled, "Are you fing insane?" The backbench Tory MP then attempted to defuse the row, resulting in the jibe about his